Yes, it's me, Market Vendor here again today. Lines up at the Barbados Licensing Authority, lines at the BRA, lines when you're going to get your medication, lines in the hospital, lines for the buses, lines to get water from the taps. Oh, lost, lines at the post office too as well, lines. Is there any place in Barbados where you don't have to line up when you're going to do business with government? Anybody do any exercise yet to work out the amount of productive hours that we lose every year? The frustration that we, the citizens, has go through every time we got to get into line. I wonder sometimes if the people who's working in government were school teachers. Because, when you're at school and you do something wrong, what does give you? Lines. Yes, Market. Lines. Let me tell you, not limes, but lines. Yes. And when you're at school, what does do? Every morning what you got to do for assembly, you have to line up. Well, at least I used to line up at my time. I'm not too sure if they're lining up anymore. But why it is that we feel is okay? Why it is that government workers who we the taxpayers, we pay the VAT, we pay the income tax, the land tax, the this tax, the next tax, the tax on top of the tax, and they be always taxing themselves. We pay them. And then they just treat me sometimes when you go on dealing with them, like if you're some second class outsider, some outcast, them could never be on time with things, and everybody's like, hurry up and take your time. No, boy, I ain't going to die from stress. Here, by telling you, what ain't going to kill me. Now, there got a few exceptions, and I have experienced some of those, I would have to say. But why it is that successive governments cannot seem to get to the bottom of this thing? Something wrong, Lines. Well, we builders, we line it up, a plot plan, And you gotta go and stand up and line up from 7 o'clock in the morning sometimes in some of these places. You know how many times I went to government departments to pay a bill and just turn around and look at the crowd, not me, Market, today. Not me. I ain't able to stand up in that sun and get stroke. Let me tell you, not me. Hey, something wrong, people. We got to be able to change this. With all the ministers that we got, parliamentary secretaries and the consultants and others, we got to be able to solve this with this in the rocket scientists. If the supermarkets used to run them business like that, well, half of them would be out of business. If these stores, you think that H&B hardware, you think if them always had a bundle of lines of people lining up to get inside there, they could never get in and then lining up to get out. You really feel that they would be in business and expanding? No. Something wrong with the system. I was only a market vendor. We talk about this enough times. Show some respect for the people who pay your salaries. Show some respect for the people that elect you. After all, we have been promised things. We got to be delivered on it. We know with COVID and all that kind of stuff and things, you can't deliver on a lot of the promises. But the promise of service must never be something that we can't deliver upon. After all, come on, folks. This ain't rocket scientists. The private sector does do it. Small vendors does do it. Why, with all the employees that we got in government, we still got lines. And ministers got to be constantly coming and apologizing for one. It ain't good enough at all. I was only a market vendor, but my time got a value too. I gone for now. You have a blessed and a wonderful day. Yeah?